So the songs that you put on your set list can make or break your band. And actually the songs that you don't put on your set list can also make or break your band. But are set lists as important as some would have you believe? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you why your set list matters. So let's get to it. Hey, and welcome to Music Space, where we help working musicians just like you learn how to quickly and easily make a living with your craft. So if you're new here to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. So set lists can be extremely powerful. You know, the songs that you add to your set list and the ones that you don't add to your set list have the power and ability to sort of shape your identity as a band. And I mean that quite literally. If you put mostly rock songs on your set list, you will start to be identified as a rock band. Put mostly jazz songs on your set list, you'll start to be identified as a jazz band. And it's the same thing with pop, R&B, reggae, and on and on. The music that you play will set your band's personality for your audience. And also, the order in which you place your songs on the set list is very important. The order in which you put your songs on your set list have the ability to sort of create a comfortable flow for your audience, thereby helping them be more entertained. Get the order of the songs right, and you're most likely to have an easygoing gig with an easygoing audience who is likely more easy to entertain. You get that order wrong, and you'll have audience members looking at you crazy all night. Now, recently among the online musician communities, there's been a lot of discussion about set lists, and everybody has their opinions about it, about what songs you should always include on your set list, what songs to never include, what songs are played out, and on and on. And while all of us have our own personal preferences about songs we like to play and put on our set lists, I'm much more concerned about putting songs on the set list that likely make our clients and our audiences happy enough to hire us again. And also songs that are much more likely to entertain audiences and put them in a position to come up to us after the show and ask for a business card and say, hey, you guys were amazing. I would like to hire you for my event next month. In other words, I'm much more concerned about putting songs on the set list that are money makers. Again, this is something that I say all the time. This channel is about helping working musicians make more money. You hear me say that in the intros of these videos all the time. And the truth about this is that there are songs and there is music that is much more likely to put you in a position to make more money than others. And there's a really simple truth that a lot of us bands, artists, and musicians really need to understand and grasp, and it's this. Audiences generally do not view music and songs the same way that we musicians do. They just don't. While we're sitting around complaining about having to play Brown Eyed Girl and Sweet Caroline and Before I Let Go or Get Lucky for the 1000th time, audiences simply want to hear something that inspires them to dance and inspires them to take part in all of the festivities that's going on at the event, period. And I'm really sorry to tell you, but songs like Sweet Caroline and Brown Eyed Girl and all of the other songs that you've played 100 times before are much more likely to do that than the obscure song on the B-side of the album that you love that nobody really knows. And I get it. I sometimes get tired of playing some of the same old songs that I played forever too. That's just a human experience. Like, I've been in the industry over 25 years and I still to this day play some of the same songs I was playing 25 years ago. So trust me, I get it. But if you're going to be a high-paid musician, what I'm tagging as an HPM, a high-paid musician, you're going to have to learn to put those personal preferences aside and do what's best for your audience. Bands who are making like $15,000 or $20,000 for, events and conferences and receptions and things like that they play for, those bands aren't sitting around mulling over their personal preferences and arguing about what songs they should do. Sweet Caroline is a song that they know they should put on the set list, period. And Sweet Caroline, again, is just an example of one of those songs, but they know that they should put certain songs on their set list that's going to get their audience moving, and that's just how they work. They're making decisions about their set list and the music that they put on there almost entirely based on their audience. And the ironic part about this is that doing this so much and doing it for so long has sort of afforded them the opportunity and, the sort of leeway for them to throw in some, original songs or some obscure songs that they like or some of their personal preferences just because they've earned that opportunity. So it's crazy how that works, huh? So the bottom line is this. You can put whatever sort of music on your set list as you like, and you can put them in whatever order you like. You can start a band or have a band where you guys play all of your favorite songs and you'll have a good time doing so. It's your band and you have that freedom. But I'm telling you, musicians in bands that are HPM or highly paid musicians carefully organize their set list, and they're well thought out, and they always have their audience in mind, and they're making decisions almost entirely based off, what their audience is going to respond to. And the thing is, their set lists aren't stagnant. It's not like they keep it the same for years and years. No, they evolve and change. As new songs come out and they figure out new songs are working, they add those to their set list. Or, they have songs that are no longer working or are no longer going over with audiences the way they used to. They remove them and replace them with something else. But again, they do all of this with the people that they're playing for, their audiences, in mind. So when you're making your set list and you're putting songs on there and you're putting them in particular orders, the thing to be concerned about is putting songs and music on there that, will most likely go over well with the clients and the audiences that you're playing for. And of course, with the other few things in mind, like demographics and things like that. You don't want to show up at a, teenage party playing old 60s and 70s music, or you don't want to show up at an all black event and play a bunch of rock songs. It's probably just not going to go over well with those audiences. But definitely keeping the audience in mind and the songs that will likely go over well with them and entertain them the most. And of course, as I mentioned, songs that shape your identity as a band. I mean, again, if you don't want to be known as a rock band, you don't want to put a bunch of rock songs on your set list and play them at every gig. And the thing is, you won't always get this right. You'll put together what you think is a great set list and you'll get to the gig and you'll perform it, and it may not go over as well as you think. And that's okay. Just simply adjust and move on. This is why it's important that when you're on stage to be paying attention to your audience and trying to connect with them. Doing this will give you a great sense of what they like and what they don't like. And the more you do this, the easier it gets over time. It gets easier to sort of identify the types of songs that tend to go over well with audiences. Over time, you just sort of start to know the songs to put on your set list and the songs that are going to go over well with your audience. But the question is for you. How do you come up with songs to put on your set list? Do you already have a set list of songs that you know that's just going to go over well with audiences? Or have you typically just thrown songs on your set list that you've heard other bands play, maybe along with some of your favorite songs and things like that? Jump down in the comment section and let me know. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on that. And listen, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope that it was helpful for you in making your set list and coming up with songs to put on your set list. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and do that now and hit the like button on this video. And here are some other videos that you can check out right now.